grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear a pitter-pat? And that happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny, sunny, sunny side of the street. Hi, welcome to another Sunny Side of the Street. I'm your host, Todd Gross, a clinical psychologist and director of Adams Street Associates in Newton. And for 21 years, believe it or not, our show on the Sunny Side of the Street has really looked at the side of human nature that is very rarely shown in the media, which is the positive side. The people that are out there bringing joy to other people, people who give of themselves to help others, organizations that do that. And one of the major themes we've had has been that music is one of those forces that brings joy and happiness and really helps people feel very warm inside and happy. And so, what would be the name of the group we have today? Music Makes Me Happy. And we have a whole bunch of singers that I'm going to introduce you to, and we're going to hear a little bit about them. But first, I want to show you a little clip of them in action from their Over the Moon concert where they're singing the song Moon River. So you get a little feeling of the wonderful spirit and energy of this group. There's what you're in for, everybody. It's wonderful. And by way of introduction, the group of people that we have here to talk about this group first, before you actually get to hear them sing, are the director, Marsha Martin. Hi, Marsha.
Hi.
I'm glad you're here. Devereaux Geiger, who is the pianist on the keyboard. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Glad to. Blythe Brown, one of our singers, and Tom Largy, one of our singers. Thank you, Tom. Glad you're here. And Corinne Miller, one of the volunteers.
Hello, good to be here.
Glad to have you. Maxwell Hausman, volunteer.
Happy to be here.
Nice to have you. And Sue Beck, also volunteer. All right. So first I'm going to start with a little bit of the singers' perspective, and I want to talk to Blythe just a little bit, if that's okay. And I wanted to say one thing. I found out some interesting things for you. I found that you've worked for over 25 years with Best Buddies.
I have, yes.
Have you liked doing that?
20 years, yes.
Wow, that's it. And I heard you got an award for it too.
I did, yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's wonderful. And what I wanted to ask you is your opinion about what makes you want to spend time and effort as a singer in this group. What is it for you, do you think?
It's very empowering, though. It's helping a lot of things with me singing.
Yes.
I play violin with them sometimes. And it's a good thing to do because it's a good thing to do. Yeah.
Wonderful. A good, really good thing to do for you, and that's why. And let me ask Tom.
Yeah?
I wanted to make a comment that I heard that one of your interests that I really love is that you are a peacemaker in many ways.
Oh yeah, I am a peacemaker, yes.
And that's an important thing in our world, and that's part of the Sunnyside Street, emphasizing peace amongst people, right?
Yeah, bless all people.
Well, I like that. And the same question for you I wanted to ask too, Tom. What makes you want to spend time and effort as a singer in the group?
Well, I like to sing, I like to sing with music makes me happy as a singing chorus family, and I also love to sing. And I like and I've learned a lot of interesting songs, and I love singing.
That's a great way of describing it. So you love to sing. Singing's important, and also who you're singing with matters. It's the family around you that you get, right?
That's correct.
All right. And now I'd like to thank you for that.
Yeah.
And I'd like to ask Corinne.
Okay, I wish you all peace.
Well, that's a good sentiment. And one thing I heard about you, Corinne, that's really wonderful is also that you, with your background in science from MIT, that you really helped this group stay safe through COVID. And I know lots of people during the COVID period, they couldn't do what they did, and they weren't able to figure out how to be safe. So you have done a very important thing for this group, from what I understand. And I had the same question for you, but in terms of what makes you want to spend time and effort as a volunteer for this group.
Well, I'm a parent of a member of our group, and I myself love to sing. And as you said, I'm a scientist and have helped to navigate, help this group navigate COVID. And we've sung throughout the whole thing, masked or no. So we've, persevered through that. And it's just, this group is a fabulous group of friends, and it's a nice community, and it's a really nice activity for all of us to be part of. So I love, being here and helping everybody, have a really great experience and be a nice social group and establish friendships and sing and be musical.
That's wonderful. That's a lot of bringing a lot to make this group really feel good. A big part of it, and so thank you for that. And I'd like to turn to Maxwell. And what I know about you is that you've worked for political groups, and that you sang in a local production of Music Man, which is another one of my favorite musicals.
Yes.
Did you enjoy doing that?
I did. It was actually my second time in the show. I had been in it as a teenager, and then many, many years later again, and I was in the Barbershop Quartet, which is very hard. Anyone who has done it, it is very hard.
My hat goes off to you. If
Yes.
you can sing Lida Rose and all those parts.
Yes, yes. But, as you said, I've loved performing, and I work in politics, and that world isn't always the most pleasant of places, but you have a group like Music Makes Me Happy, where not only do I get to use my music, but I get to hang out with some really wonderful, inspirational people, and it's a nice escape from the political world.
Well said, to draw the contrast. And both things can be important, but there is a difference.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that, Maxwell. And Sue, I understand that you were, for a while, were a music teacher, and that you love musicals, and that you're involved with the Concord Women's Chorus as well. Is that right?
Right, yes.
Have you enjoyed doing that?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah. Have you done that for a while?
Yeah, since 2010.
Wow. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's a great group.
What makes you want to spend time and effort as a volunteer for this group?
Well, I first joined Marsha because she was doing a musical, and I had experience working with people who hadn't done a lot of musicals, who sometimes said they couldn't sing. And Marsha and I both believe that everybody can sing. So I thought, well, I'll pop in, I'll help with the musical, that'll be it. And singing with the group was so much fun because they just love it.
Yeah.
They just love it. And so when she started this group, I said, oh, you know, I've gotta be there. Because no matter how tired you are at the end of the day or how miserable a day you've had, you come and sing with this group and you feel terrific. And you'll see that the audience feels terrific when they sing along. It's just a very joyous group, and they're wonderful.
That's very well said, and really a very good example of what it brings to the singers too. You know, to be doing that and to watch the reaction and enjoyment of others, but also know that they're feeling it because they're doing it.
Right.
It's wonderful. Thank you for that. And you know, again, is that, do you feel like you got a chance to say what you think is the reason that you really like being in this group? Mostly.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And I love seeing that Marsha brings them new songs and how eager they are to do the new songs and how well they remember them much better.
The lyrics, yeah, that takes a lot. It really does.
And she'll say, 3 concerts back, we sang this, and I'll go, oh my gosh, I've forgotten the words. And they haven't. So it just shows you how important these songs are to our group. And
Oh, that's good.
it's a wonderful feeling.
Thank you so much. And to Deborah, let me ask you a few things about yourself because you've been providing the music experience. I wanted to say a little bit about you that I have as an introduction, and you could correct or add that Deborah's an all-around music professional with experience in musical service across the industry. He's a bachelor in music education from Gordon College and years of fruitful collaborative work since. His work as a pianist, musical director, and educator has benefited a large number of organizations. And additionally, Deborah has professional experience in performing, recording, composition, songwriting, arranging, transcribing, my God, engraving, and music production. That's a lot. Along with his wife, Ella, he owns Interlude Music Studio in Maynard, where he gives lessons and does arranging and transcribing. Is that a fairly accurate? I mean, that's all you.
Yes, yeah.
When you
that's
listen,
true.
you say, that's me?
true.
He's a
Yeah,
poly
it's hard to
music.
believe.
And
yeah.
you've been doing it a long time, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's cool. That's great. And I'd love to hear your comment about how it feels to play keyboard in this group, and something, and even maybe a little of what you may have learned from this experience so far too.
Well, this group it's a very special group. And
As people can see, they're watching this.
I have almost never been so readily embraced when joining a new group.
Wow,
You
that
know,
matters a lot.
As a musician, like, it's normal to walk into a new setting with new people, and there's always that period of, all right, what do we think about each other? Is this going to work? But there was none of that. I walked
Wow.
in right away, was completely embraced by the whole community, and that was a really lovely and somewhat unfamiliar feeling. And so that was the first thing I noticed when I joined this group.
Yeah.
And the second thing I noticed is that wasn't just because I was the pianist, because I'm in a unique situation. That was how everybody treated everybody. I got the sense...
As a person.
As a person. I
Yeah.
got the sense that everybody, well, not just as a person, but as a singer, everybody believed in everybody else. And what I found in a musical setting where a bunch of people are getting together to try to create something new, which is exciting and scary, when you have a group where everybody believes in one another to play their part in creating this music, something really beautiful happens, and that is what happens every time this group sings.
Wow.
So,
I
yeah.
think you're hitting a lot of really important points about, first of all, being personally accepted. I've played keyboard sometimes in some places, and if it's a bar mitzvah or something, but you are part of the ceremony, but but it isn't like the connection that you're
Yes.
talking about that you're getting from this group.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and the chance to to be accepted and also to be a part of something that you like the people you're working with, and it brings a lot of joy to you to be a part of it.
Yes, and the music that's made in that kind of a setting
Yeah.
is more than the sum of its parts. It's not just we're all singing together, but something is created that is really bigger than you would expect. So I particularly enjoyed this
That's
group. Yeah.
what you've all done so far has been to really say in words what a lot of people actually feel, but they may not understand what's going on for themselves, even when they're in the audience. But it's magic. It's a magic amongst people, and the way you really fit together and care about each other, and people watch you enjoy yourself. There's something powerful about watching a group of people that like each other, work well together, and really enjoy doing what they're doing. And you guys, that's why I was so excited about having you on here. And now to also talk about your fabulous director, Marsha Martin. So Marsha, I have a few questions for you too, but I first want to say a little bit about yourself and to introduce you. Marsha has degrees in piano and music education, both choral and instrumental music, and did graduate work in choral conducting. She's taught in schools and privately, and she's directed all kinds of music groups and programs, including a community choir, a prison group, choir group, done musicals with people of all ages and ability. She's directed adult special needs choruses since 2000 and especially loves her very special singers, and boy, you can see why. She is also very excited about the joy that they bring to the larger community, which is what you guys have been pointing out to me. So I have a few questions for Marsha, and one would be, how did the idea of the Music Makes Me Happy chorus get started? And what would you say is the underlying philosophy in creating this chorus?
Well, I have been working with special needs choruses since 2000, and I just had a vision of something a little bit more than what we'd been doing. And so in 2015, I and my then pianist started the Music Makes Me Happy chorus. And we have really great goals, you know, and we sort of push to our higher limit, you know, and so we've been going since 2015, giving concerts in auditoriums and out in the community, which we call our Traveling Smiles concerts, and we can talk more about that. But the underlying principle, I guess, is that I just love music. I can't imagine my own life without music.
Yes.
I feel like music it's inspiring, it brings joy, it's just so wonderful. It's like a gift from the universe to everyone. So I want that to be accessible to everyone, regardless of age or where they were born or IQ or any of that stuff. None of that matters. Music brings everyone together. And so that's what excites me, and so that was, I guess, the underlying principle or whatever you asked.
Yes, no, that makes a lot of sense. How do you choose the songs that the chorus sings, and how do you discuss the words of the songs and their meaning with the chorus? Because that's something that I heard from you when we talked, and it's very important. It seemed very important to me too.
Well, I've been around long enough to see people working with special needs groups and doing music, and they often talk down to them musically. Oh, let's sing Old MacDonald, or Itsy Bitsy Spider, or Row, Row, Row Your Boat. And it's like, oh, come on, you know? So, you know, we're adults, and these are adults with adult feelings and sensitivities and understanding. So I don't look at any piece and say, well, that's not for us. Anything's possible, but our programs are based on themes, and these are themes that I think are important. We had our first concert was all songs about being happy.
Yes.
We've done a concert all on friends and friendship. We've done one that was all on peace. We did one that was on diversity, on the colors of the rainbow, and we sang a song for each color in the rainbow.
I love it.
We did one a couple of years ago that was just fabulous. It was called You Are You and You Are the Best. all songs about people being unique and wonderful in their own way. We did a song on following your dream. And then we did a concert of all sunshine songs. And now this June we did a concert of all moon songs. But the themes are picked very carefully as to what I think they will contribute to us and to the people who hear us. And then to pick songs that fit that theme, that the words, well, first of all, of course, has to be a nice singable tune, which lets out some of the real modern stuff you hear on the radio. Sorry. But it has to be a nice singable tune, and the words have to be important. Either they're for fun, or they have a real message to give, and we talk about that. I want people to really think through what it is they're singing. What do the words mean? What do they mean for you? And so we talk a lot about the words and what they mean. And then people memorize the words. And I feel like that's giving us all inner resources that you can call on.
Uh-huh.
And I know one person in our sharing time said, well, I had some rough stuff happening this week, but I just remembered one of our songs about accentuate the positive. and that helped me. So I like us having these songs inside of us that are there to make us happy, to help us deal with whatever is confronting us. And so the content of the songs is very important. And if we have a song that has a whole lot of really fast words or something, then we have ways we deal with that so we can still do that song. So, but I'm glad you asked, because I think it's very important, the content of what we're
I
singing.
love what you just said, and it's interesting because all the different things in some way or another have life lessons in them, and that they're positive. And I like the idea. I wonder if people agree that you carry those songs inside you. Once you've performed them, they become part of your insides too, what you feel, And you even made the point that sometimes, and I think this is true, music and some of the lyrics and some of the expression of the lyrics can really help you solve personal issues too. And you also made the point, which I really second, that we're talking about people who are adults, deserve respect, and you're pushing them because your expectation is they can do a lot, and they've demonstrated they can. And that's part of your success as a group, all of you. So I love what you said on that one. Okay, well, this may be an extension of what you talked about a little bit, but what kind of things have you learned from leading the chorus, and what are some of the things you're most proud of from this work? Gives you a chance to really say some positive stuff too.
This I could go on too long. I'll just try to do it short. But well, first of all, I have learned that this group that's called Special Needs actually are very, very capable of all kinds of things, and you don't underestimate them.
Good point. Yes.
And I also, a few years ago we heard a lot about emotional IQ. And I have decided that the emotional IQ of our folks is actually a lot higher than some other people I know. They get it. They understand.
Yeah, I hear
on
you.
the level of feelings, they understand.
That's a compliment, and it's well deserved.
Oh, yeah. And these folks all have really planned their lives in that they have jobs, they have day programs, they have volunteer activities, they do things with friends for fun. It's a good balance between learning and working and fun, and that idea of balance in your life. Well, I have people in my family that haven't actually learned that too well yet.
Yeah.
And so there's so many things, and they prioritize friends and family. That's really just top, And during our sharing time, obviously they talk about, well, this week I did this with my friend, or somebody's sister died and I went to be with them, or
Yeah.
but it's always about the important things, you know, the things that really matter. And so those are all things that I guess you could say I've learned, but have really valued. And along with things like basic honesty, just straightforward,
Yep.
tell it like it is.
Yeah.
You know, if I go in looking bad, someone might say, "What's wrong? You look awful." You know, and I say, "Yeah, I really do look awful, but I'm really okay." You know, but it's just there's no ill will with any of it.
right.
It's just saying things the way they are, which is
Yeah.
the way I like to be with people anyway. And so and just the kindness and consideration toward one another, basic manners and kindness, which again in the at least in the political world, this is one of the things that feels missing to me.
You
is
bet.
just real basic kindness between
Absolutely
people.
right.
And so really this is just such a wonderful group of people. And when people come to visit our chorus, whether it's just to visit for a night or to do music with us, they come away saying, "That was I just had a wonderful evening. It was fun, and I just felt so good being there."
Yes. Yeah.
So, in terms of things that I'm proud of, again, I'm proud of the work they've done, because it is hard work. It's hard work to learn to be a better singer, and it's especially hard work to try to do it in a group of people. And we're very, very systematically, slowly gaining on it. We've got skills now as a chorus that we did not have our first year or two. And people who've been coming to our concerts all through the years are noticing that. They'll say, you know, it really, I always enjoyed your concerts, but you really are sounding better as a chorus now."
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the way people are with each other, which we've been talking about. I'm also proud of their can-do spirit. I've never introduced a song or a program we might do and had someone say, "Oh, we can't do that." I've never heard it. You know, "Oh, that sounds like fun." You know, it's just this positive attitude.
Yes.
And they accept other people with that positive attitude. And so, okay, that's enough, I guess.
great. Positiveness, openness, friendliness. It's great. How about a little about what you've noticed about the effect of this chorus here on the audiences that come?
Well, I think we've touched on that some, but let me talk about two particular places because they were
Good.
unusual.
Okay.
Unusual. These were not concerts in an auditorium with our friends and neighbors sitting there. One of the, we've actually sung at 5 of the major Boston hospitals.
Wonderful. Good for
And we
you.
also went to the VA hospital in Brockton. Now, this was pre-pandemic. And the place that we sang there was the section of the hospital that was for geriatric nursing home type folks who had a lot of physical challenges. And as a group, I would say we're pretty nonverbal. But as we sang, you absolutely knew that they were right with us. They were making sounds and taps and, you know, whatever, but they were really with it. And some of them were singing along the best they could. And one of the nurses said to me afterwards, she said, "We just can't believe it." And she named the man. She said, "We didn't even know he could talk. And he was singing the songs along with you all." And she was just like, I just can't believe this. But we came away feeling like that was really a
Made a
wonderful
difference.
afternoon. We enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. Well, we have a song that we've sung a lot that says, "We can't be happy till we make you happy." You know, we'll be happy too when we make you happy. And so that was a very happy afternoon. And then another time I want to mention is we were part of a Christmas program at the prison in Concord. This was the minimum security prison, and our folks were they were willing to go and eager, but a little frightened. I mean, how many, none of them had been in a prison before, and the stuff you hear about prisons and people in them is not positive. So they were a little nervous about this. Well, we went and we sang our Christmas songs. And right after the program, all these men just surrounded us, and they were just thanking us, and, oh, you were so good, and, oh, this was wonderful, you just made our Christmas season, and then afterwards, back at chorus the next week, our people were saying, oh, that was really, really wonderful. When can we go again? Well, of course, we haven't been there again. And then I actually, because I was teaching a class at the prison at the time, the next Saturday I did see some of the same men, and they had even more to say about how much it had meant to them to have our group come. Just the fact that we would come, period. And then that we sang, and that we sang well, and that the songs we sang, and then visiting with people afterwards. And they said, I'm just so inspired. I'm just so inspired, and thanked me again for having our group come. So those are two sort of unusual examples.
There's some amazingly powerful lessons in what I think you said, because you think of the people in the VA hospital that you sang for, and also the prisoners. And I've been in a singing group that did that, the same two kinds of places. And those are places that people say, oh, well, why would you go there? Why could you? That's not going to work, or it's too scary, or anything like that. And our experience was exactly the same as yours. Just the men saying, nobody comes, we don't see anybody, and we loved the music. You made us feel really good. We haven't felt good in a long time. And that is the power of what you've built as a group, and what that really gets at the question of what you bring to an audience. Things that, that maybe a way to reach them that maybe they haven't been reached before, too. And I love your openness to trying the different settings. You never know what's going to happen. We were told that there had been a riot in the prison, and everybody got scared for a few minutes when we went in. We were in Walpole prison. And then all of a sudden, the singers came out in all our colored robes and stuff, and after a couple songs, they were really starting to like it. And then one of our singers sang Imagine by, John Lennon. And one of the inmates came running up the aisle. And the police were ready to grab him, and our conductor said, no, let him talk. So he talked to the lead singer, and he whispered something in his ear, and then he went quietly back. So everybody said, well, what did he say? And our singer said, he told me I sing like Sam Cooke, and they like Sam Cooke. So, you just really brought out, I think, the magic between you guys and the audience, and what you can do. And there's nothing like that feeling. It's such a high. I'm with you. Okay, thank you for all your patience in answering all these. What kinds of future plans do you have for the chorus? And I wanted to ask you so that you can say something about if you need more members, if that's an issue, and also how people, if they want to support the financial part of your organization, what you'd like them to know. We're going to show a website, too, on the screen so people will see. But I wanted you to have a chance to speak to that a tiny bit.
Well, of course, we want to continue for many years. We're not wanting to be a huge group because we like all the personal aspect of being
Yeah, so it doesn't
small.
get too large, yeah.
But we would like to have, I would say if we had 25 or so regular members plus our volunteers, we'd still be small enough to do what we do.
Yeah.
So we would welcome some new members. I will say that the only qualifications for membership, well, you have to be able to physically sing.
Yeah.
Produce singing, and that you want to make friends, and that you want to give back to the community, and that is the concert performing part.
Yes.
And we don't have actual auditions. We do have people come and sit in on, take part in a couple of rehearsals to see if it's going to be a good match. And then if we all say yes, yes, it's a go, then there's some registration forms to fill out and things like
I
that.
see.
And so we just, yes, if you're interested in being a member, and also this business of traveling smiles concerts, we would really love to hear any invitations you have for us. And
Good idea.
so, you know, we'd like to reach people. So just to contact me about that. Now, of course, the funding is a big thing, and it's,
Sure,
it's not I'd rather spend time on the music than that.
Of course,
so-
I understand, sure.
But yes, our registration fees, because we don't turn anyone away. And so registration fees actually pay for, I think it's about half of our expenses.
I see, yes.
So we really do need other help. So any donations, that's really important.
And the website again is?
The website is, well, it's abbreviating our name. It's MMMH, as in music makes me happy. MMMH-singers, plural, .org. And that has all kinds of information, and it does have a thing about donating, and donating time, donating in kind, but also for monetary donations. And it could be a one-time donation, or it could be, we'd love to get things going like a monthly pledge thing like you hear
Okay,
on
yeah.
CRB and all these other
Sure.
wonderful groups that
Yes.
we love. So yes, anything anyone wants to do to help us, we are happy to receive it.
Well, great. I want to remind the audience that, you know, this is an amazing group. So if you found anything that you were interested in, please contact them at that website. That would be really great. Now, we're only halfway done with this treat of today, having you guys here. So in a minute, we will be back with our chorus. A good part of the chorus singers will be there. And we're going to hear 4 different songs, and there's a surprise I won't tell you on the last song too. So we'll save that, and we will be right back. See you in just a short while.
We start every rehearsal with a song called "It's a Happy Day." Because anytime we are together, singing together, it truly is a happy day for us. So that's how we start. And a song that we sing often, but not every rehearsal, is one that is rather like a theme song for us, because it talks about how we appreciate everyone, regardless of whatever their abilities are or their challenges are. And so this is our sort of theme. We'll sing this for you. We'll walk with you.
I know where. I know.
If you don't walk as most people do, some will walk away from you, but we won't, we won't. If you don't
like that song because it does express how we feel.
Yeah.
We really feel that everyone is important and is a friend, and we try to meet them where they are. We don't expect people to be just like us. We don't even expect people to be perfect. We expect people to be themselves, and that's what we love. The next song has a line that we really like. It's smilers never lose and frowners never win. And we have a choice which we're going to do. We can smile about things or we can go around frowning and grumping.
Nope. I want to be happy.
Now, more on this theme of making choices as to how your day goes or your life goes. We know that in a lot of songs, when it talks about sunshine or sunny weather, that it's not really talking about the weather. It's talking about our attitude and how we're looking at things. And when it's talking about rain and shadows and all, again, it's talking about our attitude and how we're looking at things. So this song, which you certainly will recognize, is talking about choosing to walk on the sunny side of the street rather than on the gloomy, shadowy side of the street.
Right.
And you will appreciate our guest singer on this.
Oh
And let's have a clap for our guest
Thank you so much, all of you, for coming. I've learned a lot just listening even to all the things that you have to say. And I guess I want to just say, I want to thank Marsha for being an amazing conductor. So I'd like to give her a hand. Great, Deborah. Thank you for that music. That helps a lot. It adds so much spirit. Great. The thing that really strikes me about for all of you is that you all play your part. You all have something to contribute, and you all respect each other's contribution. It's amazing. And also, Marsha, a lot of the things that you've said about what this course does and means matter a lot. I think you are important in this universe, and I'm so glad that we got a chance to have you with us today. I want to thank everybody by name because you're amazing. I want to thank Jim Balian, Peter
Bolia.
Right, thank you, and Mary Blauvelt, and Blythe Brown, and Tom Largy, and Louis Malazzi, and Kimberly
Malazzi.
Malazzi. And
No,
thank you.
Malazzi.
The point that I have learned from you is if anybody makes a mistake, so what? You get corrected, and that's a good thing. So thank you for correcting me. And
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Kimberly Newell, Will Olson, Damon Tendler, Sue Beck, Maxwell Hausman, Corinne Miller, Diana Tobin, Marsha, of course, Marsha Martin, and Deborah. Did I leave anybody out?
Well,
Yeah, Grandma.
well, that's Nyana, but she can introduce her.
Oh, yes,
friend.
could you please introduce your little
This
guest?
is Ziggy. He comes to every rehearsal that I go to,
No.
and he loves to hear us sing, and we love to see him.
You gotta love that face.
Yes, he's a mascot. He's a good mascot.
That's right.
Oh, speaking of mascots, we didn't have, our happies are out in the hall. Our happies.
Oh, you're happy.
All right, do it over.
Yes, yes.
Who is
Right
it?
back.
Happy dolls are out.
Oh, let's
we
take a
have-
look. We have a little time.
We have, speaking of real mascots here,
How you doing?
yes, there's one. And another-
Susan.
Right.
That's a two.
Yes, this is
Great.
Mr.
You did
Happy,
great. Everybody,
and
How
we
did I
sing,
do?
we sing him in with along with everyone else.
the happies are on TV now.
And then you think he's through,
Oh, he's a happy. I love those guys.
and he says,
I
that's
love
funny.
that. I love those.
And then Happy has a little friend who doesn't say anything, he's a dancer. But anyway, they come to every program, and they were supposed to be here with us, so here they are.
Yay, happy.
Absolutely.
And I told you how we start every rehearsal, we end every rehearsal
What
with
about
happy
the
trails.
ending? What about?
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
you know, we hadn't planned on it, but if we had time and you wanted one more song, we
I would
could do
love
Happy
that, sure.
Trails. Okay?
let's hear it.
Because that's wishing people well till we're
Hey,
together
put the
again.
dog too.
Now, I
We're gonna
will
do Happy
tell
Trails.
you that Devereaux is so good at the piano, the keyboard,
Marsha,
That we-
put the dog.
that we will sometimes say, well, we want to do Happy Trails in such and such style. And last rehearsal, we did it Broadway style. Anyway, but we're going to do our regular Happy Trails, okay? Just our nice, sweet Happy Trails, okay?
That makes
And this
sense.
will be our way of wishing our best to all of you.
Okay. I know.
Thank you. We've loved being with you.
And thank you all. We've loved having you here, and you brought a
Thank
lot
you.
of joy and fun to us. And I want to thank the audience for watching, and I hope you tune in again soon for another Sunny Side of the Street. And I hope you remember these wonderful people and keep them in your heart as they give from their heart. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you soon. Take care.
No one can mind you.
Thank you.
Well done.